Well, students, today we will discuss some examples based on magnetism and what are the topics we will cover in magnetism, that is torque acting on a magnetic dipole placed in a uniform magnetic field, potential energy of a magnetic dipole placed in a uniform magnetic field, then the magnetic elements of Earth and some of the definitions associated to understand the magnetism. On these topics, we will discuss some of the examples, and one of the example is that, now go to the example number 1. A short bar magnet of magnetic moment 0.9 joule per Tesla is placed with its axis at 45 degree to a uniform magnetic field. If it experiences a torque of 0.063 joule, calculate the magnitude of the magnetic field. Here we will calculate the magnitude of the magnetic field. So there is a very important that is on the question. This question is based upon the torque acting on a magnetic dipole. So how to solve this one? Now let me write what is given here. First thing is given a short bar magnet of its magnetic moment. Then we are taking this magnetic moment capital M, 0.9 joule per Tesla. Don't get confused that this is magnetic dipole moment. Sometimes also we are taking this M is also magnetization. That is your intensity of magnetization. That also you can consider as capital M also. But don't get confused. This is the magnetic dipole moment. What is the dipole moment? Magnetic dipole moment equal to pole strength into distance between the two poles. Either pole strength into separation or distance between the two poles. That already you know this. Okay. Now, in your question it is given the magnetic dipole moment is 0.9 joule per Tesla. Is placed with its axis at 45 degree to a uniform magnetic field. If you recall that torque acting, so this is the magnetic field, which is a uniform magnetic field, which can be represented by equispaced parallel lines, and the dipole is placed like this. This is the south pole and the north pole, short bar magnet, and this is the axis. Then you can see this is the axis. If this is a bar magnet, this south and the north pole, and this is the axis. This axis makes an angle of 45 degree with the magnetic field. So what is the dipole moment? M, south to north. So M makes an angle. It means that the dipole moment, its axis means dipole moment, makes an angle of 45 degree to a uniform magnetic field. So theta is equal to 45 degree and to a uniform magnetic field. So then let the uniform magnetic field is suppose your B. If it experiences a torque of tau is equal to 0.063 joule. Calculate the magnitude of the magnetic field. So now you come to your formula. What is this torque tau? What is the formula for tau? Tau is equal to M B sin theta. Tau is equal to torque acting on a dipole. Tau is equal to M cross B, cross product of dipole moment and magnetic field. From here, your B is equal to, it is asked about what? The magnitude of the magnetic field. B is equal to tau by M sin theta. What is this tau? Torque is equal to 0.063 divided by, what is the dipole moment? 0.9 into sin 45 degree. It is given, right? So this is the sin 45 degree. So if you put all these values, this is equal to, as you know, 0.063 by 0.9 and sin 45 1 by root 2. So let this root 2 will multiply here. That is 1 point. When you put the value of root 2 multiply here. So this is equal to, you can write. If you solve this one, the value you will get is, and the value is 0.099 Tesla. That is the unit of what? B. B is equal to 0.099 Tesla. So this is your answer for the magnitude of the magnetic field. Okay. So see the solution and what is the example and what is the solution. Clear? Come to the example number 2. A bar magnet of magnetic moment 1.5 joule per Tesla is placed along the direction of uniform magnetic field of 0.22 Tesla. These two are given. Let me write of magnetic moment, capital M, then we are taking that is capital M, 1.5 joule per Tesla or Tesla inverse along the direction of a uniform magnetic field of 0. B is equal to 0.22 Tesla. And initially it is placed along the direction. Means you can say theta 1 0. Both the dipole moment and the magnetic field are initially at 0 degree. Means along the direction. What is the amount of work done to turn the magnet? What is the amount of work done to turn the magnet with its magnetic moment? Bit 1 is given at 90 degree to the direction of the field. Means in the first part with this M and B it turned to an angle of theta 2 is 90. Then second part is given opposite to the direction of the field. Is that clear? Clear? Now, what is the amount of work done? Now you come to the formula for work done. What is that work done formula? Minus MB cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Isn't it? So, this is the formula for work done. Remember, minus MB cos final angle minus what is its initial angle with the magnetic field. Remember this, minus. If it is plus MB cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So, this is the work done formula. Because this plus minus sign is very, very important here. So, this is the work done formula. Now, put here for bit 1. What is the work done? W equal to minus MB cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. So this equal to minus, what is M? 1.5 into B 0.22 into cos theta 2 90 minus cos 0. So this equal to 1.5 into 0.22 means it will come out as 0.33. Because 1.5 into 2.22, 0.33, cos 90. What is cos 90? That is 0 minus cos 0 is 1. So there is minus sign obviously. So this is 0 minus 0.33 into minus 1. This will be plus 0.33. Because 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 into this is equal to 0.33 joule. This is the first part. Clear? This is the first part of the question example number 2 at 90 degree to the direction of magnetic field. Means if the bar magnet initially along the direction of magnetic field and if it turns to an angle of 90 degree, how much is the work done? 0.33 joule. Now come to the second part. In the second part, let me write here in the second part. Opposite to the direction of the field. Means here what I will take? Initially theta 1 is equal to 0. Theta 2 what I will take? Opposite to the direction of magnetic field. Means it turn opposite. Means 180 degree. Theta 2 is equal to 180 degree. Now put the formula. W is equal to minus MB cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Yes or no? So this equal to minus 1.5 into 0.22 cos 180, theta 2 is 180 minus cos 0. So if you write, this is equal to 0.33, 0.22 into minus 1.5, 0.33 with minus sign obviously. There is a minus sign. What is cos 180? Minus 1 minus cos 0 is 1. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So minus 0.33 into minus 2. Is that no? Minus. So this is equal to 2 times of this one, 0.66 joule. This is the answer for the second one. Clear? So this is for the first one, bit number 1. This is for bit number 2. This is your example number 2. It is based on what? Based on work done. Or this is the, we can say, is the potential energy. If it is potential energy asked also, what is the potential energy of the dipole? You will do the same thing. Work done is the potential energy stored in the dipole. This is the same as the work done, right? So this is your example number 2. Clear? Come to the example number 3. A short bar magnet is placed with its axis at 30 degree with a uniform magnetic field of 0.16 Tesla. Experience a torque of magnitude 0.032 Newton meter, or you can say this is a joule. Torque is the unit may be joule, Newton meter or joule. What is the potential energy? Here it is asked about potential energy in the field for stable equilibrium and unstable equilibrium. Is that clear? So how to solve this one? When we calculate this potential, when we want to calculate this potential energy, what is it? We require what? The potential energy. When you calculate this potential energy, as you know, for equilibrium, for stable and unstable equilibrium, as you know, U is equal to, potential is equal to, or work done formula, that work done W is equal to minus MB cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. That already you know the formula for work done. So when you calculate this potential energy, So when we do this one, what we will generally take this as a, this can be taken as a, we will take this as a, in case of potential energy calculation, for stable or unstable, whatever may be the case, for any angle theta, that case is like that. You are taking the theta 1 is at 90 degree and theta 2 to a particular angle theta. According to this theta, the potential energy may be stable or unstable. If you go to the derivation part, according to this theta, it may be stable or unstable. For what? For stable, theta 2 is equal to 0, then it is stable equilibrium. Theta 2 is equal to 180, then it is a unstable equilibrium. So the point is that theta 1 must be at 90. Means when this theta 1 is 90 means this is the magnetic field and the dipole is placed. This is the dipole moment and this is the magnetic field. If it is perpendicular initially, then if it rotates to 0 degree, this dipole moment and the magnetic field along, it is stable. If it is opposite, it is unstable. So if you put this one, it will give you, this work done will give you the potential energy minus mb cos theta minus cos 90. Cos 90 is equal to what? 0. So you will get, this is the formula, u is equal to minus mb cos theta. This is the formula we will use here for stable and unstable. Before we go that, what is given here now you write here. What is given? Is placed with its axis at 30 degree. So the initial is 30 degree with uniform magnetic field of 0.16 Tesla. Experience a torque of magnitude tau. Magnitude 0.032 Newton meter given. It is, I will write here Joule. Newton meter is the Joule, or you can write also Newton meter. It is given. So to calculate this, another quantity we need is the m. M is what? Dipole moment. So to know the dipole moment, to calculate the dipole moment from this data, already you know the formula for torque. Tau is equal to, already you know that, mb sin theta, m cross d. So this is equal to, tau is equal to, what is the tau given? 0.032. This is the tau is equal to, m is, to calculate this m, what is b? 0.16 into sin 30 from the initial data. So m is equal to 0.032 divided by 0.16 into, what is the sin 30? Half. Or you can write this is equal to 0.0, multiply this to 0.64 divided by 0.16, isn't it? So this m will be here, this dipole moment m is equal to, be find out, this is equal to 0. This m is equal to 0. I think 0, this one, let me calculate this one, 0. It is 0.40 Joule. It is the torque for B, Joule for Tesla. This is M. This is the dipole moment. So first I calculate this dipole moment. So let me write here the value is m is equal to, from these calculations, m is equal to my 0.40 Joule per Tesla. This I have calculated from the, this is calculated from the initial data. Up to this data we have calculated this. What is the potential energy? Now come to the question part. What is the potential energy in the field for stable and unstable? So for this one, now let me write this stable equilibrium. So this is the part we have calculated. For stable equilibrium, let me write, for stable equilibrium, only you derive this formula. For stable equilibrium, this u, for stable equilibrium, theta is equal to, here in this part, theta is equal to minus mb cos 0, means, sorry, not, okay, this is the, for stable equilibrium, potential energy for stable equilibrium theta is equal to 0 degree. So potential energy U is equal to minus mb cos 0. From here it is U is equal to minus mb cos 0. Already it is 90. When you calculate this potential energy means you will consider this theta 1 is 90 from the work done for stable equilibrium. Means from 90 to 0. When it convert from 90 to 0, that is your stable. So I will directly put that. When it is from 90, when it is from 90 to 0, that will give you the potential energy, which is the stable equilibrium. That is the direct formula. Already you have know about the derivation part. So now we put this one, U is equal to minus, what is your M? Already you have calculated this is 0.040 into what is your P? The magnetic field is how much given? Magnetic field is 0.16 B. And what is cos 0? That is equal to 1. Cos 0 is what? That is 1. So if you multiply this 0.40 into 0.16, that you will get 0.064. 0.064 joule. Obviously there is a minus sign, so U is equal to 0.064 joule. This is for stable equilibrium. First part. Then for unstable equilibrium, use the same formula. Theta is 180. So the unstable equilibrium, I will put this as for, let me write here, make the, so what do you know this? This is all of you have gone through this here. Now let me write here, make the corrections here. For the part 2, second part, bit. For, let me write here, for unstable equilibrium, theta is how much? 180 degree. So potential energy is equal to minus mb cos 180. Same thing is for unstable. The equation will change from what? 90, theta 190 degree to 180, that is unstable. So this is equal to, U is equal to minus 0.40, 0.16. What is cos 180? That is your minus 1. If it is minus 1, then what will you get? This is plus. So what the answer you got, that is plus 0.064 joule. That is minus, that is and this is your plus. So that is the difference between the stable and unstable. So let me recall again, what is stable equilibrium and unstable equilibrium? Stable equilibrium means if the dipole is placed along the direction of magnetic field from this position. What is the potential energy for stable equilibrium means? If this is the dipole is placed initially like this, if you make like this is the stable equilibrium. In the stable equilibrium, if the dipole, this is the magnetic field, this is the direction of dipole movement, axis of the dipole movement, or the magnetic dipole, magnetic field are parallel, theta is 0. So in this condition, if you disturb this, in this position, if the dipole is disturbed, then it will come back. That is called stable equilibrium. If it is placed like this, 180 degree, this is the magnetic field, direction of the magnetic field, this is the dipole moment, which is 180, unstable. Unstable means if you disturb this, once it is placed like this, it is equilibrium. It will not disturb. If by external agency, if you deflect this or changes its position from this position, initial position, then it goes on disturbing. It will not come back to here. But in this case, when it is stable, if you disturb, it will come back. If you disturb, it will come back. If you disturb, it will come back. But when it is unstable, it will not come back. And another one is called as a neutral equilibrium. In the neutral equilibrium, what happens? In the neutral equilibrium, when the dipole is placed in a neutral equilibrium, then if you disturb that position, if you disturb that dipole, magnetic dipole or electric dipole, same thing is for electric dipole, if you disturb that from the magnetic field, it will come to any position and that will be on neutral equilibrium. Means, if the dipole is placed like this to the magnetic field, it will remain equilibrium. If it is disturbed like this, come to this, it is a neutral equilibrium. If it come like this, it is neutral equilibrium. Means, at what position you will place the dipole, it will remain in that position. That is called as the neutral equilibrium. Clear? So this is the example number 3. Come to example number 4. The magnetic permeability. So these are the 3 examples we have discussed about the torque and potential energy. So this is the from the definitions what you read: permeability, susceptibility, intensity of magnetization, intensity of magnetizing field, magnetic flux density, magnetic flux, Gauss law in magnetism. From this is a question. The magnetic permeability of a substance is this much. Let me write here what is given. The permeability means the permeability of the substance means generally we will take this as a mu. So mu is given 7.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 Tesla meter ampere inverse. This is the unit of permeability. Find the relative permeability. So to know the relative permeability, what is the formula? First one. Relative permeability mu r is equal to mu by mu naught. What is this mu naught? Mu naught is the permeability of free space. Absolute permeability of free space. Right? So if you put this one, then you will get 7.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by, what is mu naught? Value 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Same unit that is Tesla meter ampere inverse. Or you can write this in the unit of Weber also. So it is given Tesla meter ampere inverse. This is also Tesla meter ampere inverse. So that will unit will be cancelled. So there is no unit of, already you know that there is no unit of relative permeability. Okay. So if you solve the 4 into, put this 3.14 and if you multiply this all these things, what you will get? So let me put the values. What I will get? This is this equal to 7.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 4 into 3.14 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. So this will around what 44 into 3 12.56. So 7.5 divided by 6. 1 4 4 16 1 5. So this is 12.56 into 10 to the power plus 7 minus 3 means 10 to the power 4. Right? And if you solve this by this, you will get 7.5 by 12.56. The value will be, it is come out as 0.6 into 10 to the power 4. This is equal to 0.6 into 10 to the power 4. Or you will write, this is 0.6. Or I can write it as 6000. This is the value for relative permeability. What the unit? There is no unit. Clear? Then next, big 2. Magnetic susceptibility of the substance. Already you know the formula. Relative permeability and susceptibility. 1 plus chi m. Magnetic susceptibility. 1 plus magnetic susceptibility equal to relative permeability. You have already derived this one. So the susceptibility is equal to relative permeability minus 1. So this is already, you know what is the value? 6000 minus 1. This is about 5,999. So this is the answer for magnetic susceptibility of the substance. Right? So you remember the formula and put the direct formula, you will get the answer. Clear? Now come to the example number 5. Calculate permeability and susceptibility of a magnetic bar, that is in the form of a bar, of cross section is given 0.1 cm square, having magnetic flux of this much of Weber due to magnetic intensity of 3200 ampere meter inverse. Let me write what is given here. Flux is given, magnetic flux you can write phi m. this much is the positive flux, 2.41 into 10 to the power minus 5 Weber. That is given. Due to a magnetic intensity, what is this one? Magnetic intensity H. Magnetic intensity H, that is 3200 ampere meter inverse. From the unit also you can know that this is your H. So now we will calculate, and what is the given? The area cross section is given a 0.1 cm square. All are in SI. Let me make this as a SI. 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 4 because cm square. This is meter square. This is given. This is the data given to you. From here we will calculate the permeability and susceptibility. Right? So as you know, first I will calculate this permeability. As you know, mu, or I can know that flux density B is equal to, how it related to intensity of the magnetic field, magnetizing field. B is equal to mu H, or B not equal to, in case of free space, B not equal to mu naught H. But for the material, its permeability, so this B is equal to mu H. So mu is equal to B by H. But this B is not given. What is given? Flux is given and area is given. So already you know that magnetic flux phi is equal to phi m for magnetic flux, or you can take phi is equal to B dot A or B dot area. Any flux is the dot product of this one, and so the surface integer, the total flux is equal to B dot A. If it is not given, so I will put this as direct BA cos theta. BA cos theta. So BA cos theta means this phi m is equal to BA, this theta is equal to 0. Obviously this will be not given, means theta is equal to 0. Cos 0 is 1, so phi m is equal to BA. So what is this B? Phi m by A. Put here mu is equal to, in place of B, flux by area into H. Already everything is given. So if you put all these things, what you will get here? Mu is equal to magnetic flux 2.41 into 10 to the power minus 5 Weber. Area 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 4. H 3200 ampere. The unit is what? Ampere meter inverse. So what you will get by solving this? I will get a 7.53. This is equal to 7.53 into 10 to the power. This is 4, and if you cancel all these things, you will get 10 to the power minus 4. And what is the unit of this one? Tesla meter ampere inverse. This is my unit. I got, this is the first part. This is the permeability. This I know. First part is over. This is the permeability. Now to calculate the susceptibility, what I will do? To get the susceptibility, now come to your formula. So let me erase this thing. So already you know this one. So see the solution part. This is the first part is over. That is your permeability. Clear? To calculate this susceptibility, now you come to the susceptibility part. So to calculate this susceptibility, what I need, that is the formula is the relative permeability is equal to 1 plus, in the example 4 I use this formula, mu r is equal to 1 plus susceptibility, isn't it? What is the relative permeability? Mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus susceptibility, or the susceptibility is equal to magnetic type, susceptibility equal to mu by mu naught minus 1. Put the value, what is mu? Already we have calculated that, 7.53 into 10 to the power minus 4. What is mu naught? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 and minus 1. And if you solve this 4 into 3.14, that is already mu by mu naught. If you solve this one, you will get, this is 597.1 minus 1. 597.1 minus 1. So the value will be 596.1. That is the susceptibility. This is the permeability and this is the susceptibility. Here we have used two concepts. One is the flux concept by using this area cross section, and the other one is the, like your example number 4, the permeability, relative permeability and the susceptibility. Clear? Next come to your example number 6. The magnetic intensity in a material is 3200 ampere meter inverse. Find the magnetic field in the material if its relative permeability is 350. Magnetic field in the material means strength of the magnetic field or the magnetic flux density. Find the magnetic susceptibility and magnetization in the material or in the given material. So there is a use of the formulas. The direct formula we use first. As you know, for a material, B is equal to, already you know that, mu H. But here mu is not given. What is given here? Relative permeability is given, mu R. So your mu R is given means you can write, what is the formula for mu R? Mu by mu naught. This implies your mu is equal to mu naught into mu R. So by putting that, your B is equal to, in place of mu I can put this as mu naught into mu R into H. And if you put this B is equal to mu naught 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 mu R 350 into H 3200, all are in SI, right? So if you solve this one, we will get, right? So this is Tesla meter ampere inverse, this is ampere meter inverse, there is no unit of this one. So if you solve this, D is equal to what you will get. Now multiply this using your calculator, you will get this as 1.41, and what is the unit of B? That is Tesla. This is the unit of B, 1.41 Tesla. Clear? This is the first part. One part is the magnetic field in the material. Then find the magnetic susceptibility. So to calculate the susceptibility, what the formula we know that the susceptibility from relative permeability, already you have derived this one. For susceptibility part, magnetic susceptibility is equal to, or the relative permeability, the formula is mu R is equal to 1 plus magnetic susceptibility. So magnetic susceptibility chi m is equal to mu R minus 1. This is equal to 350 minus 1. This is equal to 349. That is my susceptibility. There is no unit. This is the second part. Third one, magnetization. You know the formula for magnetization. What is the formula for from the susceptibility formula? Already you know that. Susceptibility equal to magnetization by intensity of magnetizing field, or this is called intensity of magnetization, intensity of magnetizing field. So this magnetization, this implies magnetization M is equal to susceptibility, then the magnetic susceptibility into H. So M is equal to susceptibility is 349 into 3200 ampere per meter. Now if you multiply that, you will get this as 1.1612 into 1.12 into 10 to the power 6. 1.12 into 10 to the power 6. And what is the unit of this M? Ampere meter unit. H and M both are of same unit. So that's why susceptibility has no unit, because M by H, it is ampere per meter. This is also ampere per meter. This is the third part. In this way, we will use the formula, diode formula, and you will get the answers. Next, come to example number 7. The magnetic susceptibility of a paramagnetic substance is 1.4 into 10 to the power minus 5 at 27 degree centigrade. To which temperature should it be cooled so as to have a susceptibility of this much? That is the relations of susceptibility with the temperature for a paramagnetic substance. Already we know about the Curie law for paramagnetic and also Curie law for ferromagnetic. What is for paramagnetic Curie law? Let me write the law. The magnetic susceptibility for para, Curie constant by its temperature. For ferro, the magnetic susceptibility equal to Curie constant divided by T minus Tc. This is for ferro. To recall this, I am writing for ferromagnetic. To recall that, I am writing for ferro. This is for para. And T should be at the absolute temperature in Kelvin. It should be in a Kelvin. T should be in a Kelvin. Clear? So for the first one, so if you write this one for the first case, let me write for the first case. Suppose the susceptibility T1, let the temperature is T1. This is a constant. In the next part it is asked, should it be cooled so as to have a susceptibility of this one? So this is a relation of cooled susceptibility. Cooled susceptibility means Chi2 is equal to C by T2. If you put that Chi1 by 2 is equal to C by T1 divided by C by T2, that is equal to T2 by T1. And remember it should be in a Kelvin. So now we put this thing. So what should be cooled so as to have a, so T2 is equal to, I can write T2 is equal to Chi1 by Chi2 into T1. So this is equal to initially 1.4 into 10 to the power minus 5 to get a susceptibility of how much? 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 5 into T1 at 27 degrees centigrade. 27 degrees centigrade means 273 plus 27, that is equal to 300 Kelvin. That T1 should be 300 Kelvin. So I will put this as a 300. Clear? T1 is a 300 in Kelvin. Clear? Now if you solve this 10 to the minus 5, get cancelled. So this is equal to 1.4. So this is what? 2 by 3. 1.4. 7. So that 2 by 3 into 300. So this is equal to 100, 200, what? Kelvin. If you write in degree centigrade, T2 is equal to 273 minus 200, because if you write it degree centigrade, sorry, 200 minus 273, because Kelvin 2 degree centigrade, this is equal to minus 73 degree centigrade. So how much it is cooled? So that should be minus 73 degree centigrade. So 200 Kelvin equal to, it should be cooled. So it is asked that, so in the question is asked that to which temperature should it be cooled? It should be cooled at a minus 73 degree centigrade, or you can write this as at a 200 Kelvin. It will give you this much of susceptibility. Clear? Okay. Now come to example number 8. The angle of dip at a place is 60 degree. The vertical component of Earth's magnetic field at that point is 0.2. This is Gauss. So remember one thing, when you convert that Gauss is the unit of the magnetic flux density B, or magnetic field, strength of magnetic field. In SI, it is a Tesla. In CGS, you need, it is a Gauss. In CGS it is a Gauss. 1 Gauss is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 into Tesla. Okay? So if you make this Gauss to Tesla, then you have to multiply this 10 to the power minus 4. Okay? So that is the conversion. Remember this, in CGS to SI, 1 Gauss equal to 10 to the minus 4 Tesla. So always you are calculating this in a SI. Always you are taking that in a SI. So magnetic field at that point is 0.2 Gauss. Calculate total magnetic field at that point. So this is a direct formula. You know that the angle of the delta given 60 degree. Vertical component of Earth's magnetic field. So let me for notation purpose I am taking the vertical BB. So BB is equal to 0.2 Gauss, or I can write this as 0.2. 1 Gauss equal to this much, so 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. I'll make this as in a SI. Clear? So this is my BB. So calculate the total magnetic field at that point. Remember the two formula. Vertical component BB is equal to total magnetic field B sin delta. For horizontal part, let me write this not equal here. For equal, BH equal to B cos delta. That we have written that. So here you can take B is equal to BB vertical component sin delta. So what is that BB? 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by sin 60. So sin 60 root 3 by 2. So this is equal to 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by root 3 by 2. So if you calculate this all these things, so this will be 0.4. This is equal to 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by root 3. Then if you solve all these things, what you will get? 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 5. 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 5 Tesla. Because I have converted that Gauss to Tesla, so I will get the answer in a Tesla. 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 5 Tesla. This is the total magnetic field at that place. Now come to the next one, example number 9. Angle of dip at a place is 30 degree. If the vertical component of Earth's magnetic field at that place is this much, Tesla, 0.16 root 3 into 10 to the minus 4 Tesla. Calculate the horizontal component. Then we have calculated in the example 8, we have calculated the total magnetic field. Here it is asked about the horizontal component. You can do the calculating this total, you can go for horizontal, or you can put the direct formula. That what is the direct formula? Tan delta is equal to vertical component divided by horizontal. Because this is BB is equal to what? From here what you got? BB is equal to B sin delta, BH equal to B cos delta. BB by BH, that is equal to tan delta. That formula already you know that. For equal, I am writing this. Tan delta equal to BB by BH. So to calculate this horizontal component, what you will do? BH equal to B vertical by tan delta. What is that B vertical? The vertical component is 0.16 root 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla in SI divided by 10 delta. What is the delta value? 30. 1030. So BH equal to 0.16 root 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 1030. 1 by root 3. So this root 3 multiplied here, root 3 to root 3, 3 into 0.16. So this is equal to 0.16 into 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. So this is equal to 0.48 into 10 to the power minus 4. That much of Tesla. This is the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field. Clear? So these are the 9 examples. We have discussed what we read in torque, potential energy, definitions connected to magnetism, and the vertical magnetic elements of earth and the magnetic flux by using and the relation between the susceptibility and the temperature. By using this direct formula, we have solved 9 examples. Right? So go through these examples. If you go through these examples, some of your concepts may get clear. If you go through these examples, your concepts also get clear. And the point is that when you go through detail about these problems, you will know more and more. Then what the books or the questions anywhere is available from magnetism, you try to solve these things. Because these 9 examples are not sufficient to cover this total magnetism. We have connected one example for one formula. So from this you can get more and more questions from these magnetic elements of earth. I have solved only two examples from the magnetic elements of earth. So my point is that you go in detail for the other problems or other examples, then you get a clear idea about the total topic. Okay. So this is I think this is the last video. I think this is the last video for the problems on magnetism. And in the magnetism part, we are sending 2 videos. First part, already you know that the magnetic dipole, it's a magnetic field at axial, equatorial, Coulomb's law in magnetism. By using that, we have sent 1 video. That is the first video. Then this is the second for the second part. So these are the 2 videos we have sent on magnetism. So go through this video and you will get a more clear idea. Okay. So thank you.